Hey y'all, so it is your girl Akiria, and let's just take a second to breathe in the moment. Yeah. This is happening. The podcast is here. So this is I'm Serious This Time, the pod. I am super excited to be doing this and starting this journey with you all. Just a little bit about me. Like I said, I'm Akiria. When this airs, I'll be 8 days away from being 25. Crazy. That is insane. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. I'm all the things. I'm a student, literally and in life, because we're always learning something. But I decided to do this podcast. Why? I feel like I've always had like a calling on my life from God to speak to people. I've been talking about doing this for years. Literally, I got my girl Denissa in the room in the back.
Hey y'all.
I have been talking about this since I met Denissa, and that was 4 years ago. So to actually be sitting here doing this right now is very surreal. I'm very nervous, y'all, but I'm very, very excited, and I'm just blessed to be able to be in this space right now. Let me slow down with my talking. Every time I get nervous, y'all, I start rattling. So let me chill, let me vibe, okay? But why a podcast? I just feel like it was time. I think a lot of that encompasses the name of the podcast. Like, I'm serious this time. I think in a whole lot of aspects of my life, I've just decided to take serious now. Like, it's time. I think also 25 knocking on my door is just kind of like, okay, that frontal lobe starting to develop, like things are making sense. The puzzle pieces are starting to fit together. And I feel like if God has put this calling on my life and he has continually had this idea pop in my head, like it's going to happen. And when I tell y'all God made things happen, like literally sitting in this room right now should have cost me way more than it did. Like I happened to catch a special, like things just happen to continue to work out in my favor. And that's how I know like it's aligned with God. So I'm excited for this journey. I'm excited to start, letting y'all get a little bit of insight into who I am, the woman that I am becoming, the woman that I used to be, because I feel like a lot of who I am now is due to the woman that I used to be, or the girl I used to be, rather. So I'm excited to just give y'all a little bit of insight. So why I'm serious this time? Why is shit so serious now? I just feel like literally in the past like 2 years of my life, like I was in a downward spiral. Honestly, like it was such a crash out, such a trying to find myself, right? And I feel like this past year was the first year things just really started to slow down, and I really got a chance to like really do some like introspective work and figure out like who Akiria really is. I think so often I had tied myself to like my accolades or like things that I was like accomplishing in life, but never like truly knowing like who I was. And once I sat down and started doing that work, I realized like, damn, things are getting serious. Like, this is really serious. And I also think, like, that whole idea of, like, turning 25, like, everybody makes that such a big deal. I think especially for women, it's like, oh, you're 25. Like, you should be married. You should be pregnant. Like, you should be all these things. And it's just like, no, I should be me. Like, I should be where I am in life right now and figuring this shit out. So we're going to figure it out together. But I do think, like, it was time to put, like, the childish things away. Like, it was time for me to really, like, step into the woman that I am being called to be by God and really get serious about that. So I have taken so many steps this year to really become that woman, and like the journey and becoming her, like, oh my gosh, like I literally watched a video of myself from March, just like doing an update on my Q1, and like to sit here now, 9 months later, and literally be a totally different person in a lot of different ways, and like see the growth, like it's so amazing. So with that, this first episode, it's gonna be titled "A New Year is So Serious." We are a couple of days away from 2026, and that's like, oh, that's serious, y'all. That is so serious. I think that we oftentimes get like caught up in the whole idea of like new year, new me. Like January 1st, I ain't been to the gym all 2025, but January 1st, I'm finna start going to the gym 7 days a week. No, you're not. Let's not do that. Like you really gotta be real with yourself, I think. And I saw a video, and it was just like, don't try to like change yourself in one day, because it's not possible. Like, you can't do that. That's not realistic, and you just let yourself down in the end. So I think like us talking about this new year and how things really are serious, and how we need to give ourselves grace in the journey that we're on in this new year. So first, I want to talk about the idea of reinventing yourself, right? So we didn't talk to that nigga all year. We didn't went back and forth. We didn't did this and we didn't did that. But now it's December 31st and we're like, okay, tomorrow is different. I'm gonna be a whole new come tomorrow. Like it's insane. But I do think that there is some truth in that, right? Like we're constantly evolving. I think God like forgives and allows you to be able to continue to grow as a person. So I think it is super important to want to change, right? I think that's a part of growing. If you're stagnant in life, like what are we doing? No. So I think it is very important for you to prioritize, your growth and wanting to change and be a new person, but also be realistic with yourself. Like you're not going to, like I said, you're not going to not work out all year and then on January 1st be like, okay, I'm going to work out 7 days a week, 2 times a day. Like some people might be able to, but me, no. And if I say that I'm going to do that, I'm lying to you and myself. So let's not do that. But I do think that wanting better for yourself and wanting to change, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that that's a part of life, that's a part of growing up, that's a part of maturing, is wanting to be different, wanting to evolve.
I feel like a lot of people, New Year comes, they're like, New Year, new me. And they think January 1st, oh, I'm going to start doing, like you said, doing X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And it's not going to happen. I feel like you have to go in it trying to change your habits. So the way you wake up in the morning, your routine, like implement those habits. So like January, you're resetting for the rest of the year so that all those other months, you've already started doing that in January. So everything else is coming easy because of those habits.
Right. And I think this year, I'm taking that approach. Like I'm not trying to be a whole different person on January 1st. I'm taking the whole month of January to really like establish those habits, like you said, to like make those changes and align myself and the way that I move every day with the woman that I want to become, right? So I think it's very important to sit down and write those things out. The Bible says, write it out, make it plain. So I think it is super important to sit down and like, the vision boards and all that. But I think just be intentional about it. Like if you're going to do that, like it has to come with some SMART goals. If any of y'all in college, y'all know what SMART goals are. It's got to be measurable, attainable. Like we need all the things, right? So my next topic is, why can change be so hard, right? I think a lot of it for me, speaking from personal experience, it comes from fear. I think I struggled a lot with that. Just the idea, a little bit about me, like I've always been kind of like the golden child, right? Like growing up, my brother was the problem child. Like he got in trouble. I got straight A's. I did what I was supposed to do. I smiled. I looked pretty. I was a cheerleader. I was homecoming queen, right? Like I did all the things. I checked all the boxes. So I think I internalized that a lot, like in my adulthood, and I attached like my self-worth to the things that I was doing. So being a high achiever meant like you're winning in life, right? Like, oh, like Akiria becoming a Delta, Akiria being the president of Delta, Akiria doing all these organizations and doing all these things, like, oh, she's homecoming queen, oh, she's this, she's that. That was what I was attaching my self-worth to, right? So then when you start to like not accomplish goals, right? Like you start getting depressed, life starts happening and you're not winning and being this high achiever like you normally do. And that's attached to your self-worth. So it's kind of like, damn, who am I? Like if I'm not Akiria this or Akiria that, doing all these roles, like I was feeling like I was nobody. And that kind of tied into why I had been so lost with myself, right? And I think that fear kind of kept me stagnant for a very long time. Not that I wasn't like high achieving, because I was doing the things, but like on an introspective, like within myself, like I think I was very stagnant for a long time because like I said, I was just checking the boxes and doing all the things that I felt like was something that should be done of the golden child, like the good girl, right? And I think what really like hit me, like took me to rock bottom was when I started to just like rebel. I wanted to do everything that was wrong because I had been doing right for 22 years, right? And in that rebellion, I felt like, oh, this is me like reclaiming myself, right? Like, oh, I'm finally learning myself. Like, I'm that girl. I can do these things. I don't have to do what's right, because doing what's right never got me nowhere, right? I'm still lost. I still don't know myself. So I'm finna just go and do whatever the hell I want to do and everybody else and what they think or what they, their feelings. But all that catches up to you, right? So just to bring it all back, changing can be hard, like, and it can be very scary. And I think, like, just for us in this upcoming year, like, God did not create us to be fearful, right? So I just think that we need to really lock in on that and, like, hold on to that. And y'all, you got to get in that word. You have to get a relationship with God, because I'm telling you, without him, you will continue to be lost in the sauce. And I can honestly say from personal experience, like, God saved my life. Like, without God and really, like, literally just giving it all to him, I don't know where I would be. I don't want to think about where I would be, because it might not be sitting here behind this camera talking to y'all. It might be in somebody's cemetery. Like, honestly and truly, that's just how bad it had gotten. So in this new year, like, let's really not be fearful. Let's step into who God is calling us to be, because I feel like there's such a shift in the world right now. Like, I see all my friends, like, we go to church together, like, everybody's wanting to, like, cling to God. Everybody's seeking him out now. Like, there's a shift in the world now, and we really need to take heed of that and continue to seek him, because I'm telling y'all, the answer is there. It's within God. And once you find it and you start walking that path that aligns with who he calls you to be, I'm telling y'all, life is great. Like, look how good I look how happy I am. I'm telling y'all, it didn't used to be like this, but because of God, and, like, God placing people in my life that were there for me, I was able to overcome all that fear and really, like, step into who he's calling me to be. And not to say that the fear doesn't come back, because that would be a lie. That wouldn't be truthful. You're going to be fearful. It's something new. But I think the biggest thing is to be able to, like, overcome that fear. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm scared as right now as I'm talking to y'all. And, like, this is my first episode. It'll be better the next time and the next time and the next time. But, like, I had to do it. I had to jump off the porch and do it. So that's what we're going to do all 2026. We jumping off the porch. All the things that we want to do that you were scared about doing, and God keep placing it on your heart, it keep coming up in your mind. That's not a coincidence, y'all. That's God.
And let's stop hanging on to the past, because I feel like that is a lot of reason why people also are afraid to change, because they're too worried about what they did in the past or what went on in the past. And so it's hindering them from keep on pushing forward.
And sister really just brought me into my next point, which is you have to forgive yourself in order to move on. I cannot stress this enough. Y'all, if I was not forgiving myself for things that I did 2 years ago, I would still be in the same place that I was 2 years ago, ready to kill myself. Truthfully, like, you have to give yourself that grace. And I tell myself, like, if God can forgive me, why can't I forgive myself? He's perfect. Like, literally, if the most perfect person that I know, because I know him and he know me, that I know can forgive me, why can't I forgive myself? So you really, truly do have to forgive yourself for those things that, you know, that you fell short on, because we're all going to fall short. We are not perfect, but through Jesus and through God, we strive, you know, to be better versions of ourselves. And I think that you have to be okay with that. Like I said, I went through a complete crash out era, y'all. 2023 to 2024, I was living a different life. Danissa can attest to that. I was just so consumed with, like, the world, honestly. Like, I was drinking all the time. I was smoking all the time. Like, I'm partying. I'm not prioritizing school. Like, it's just a complete show, honestly. And, like, you're depressed while this is all happening, right? So I'm battling depression, but depression is really battling me, because I'm not addressing it. I'm feeling sad, so I'm gonna go get drunk. I'm gonna hit this blunt, and then I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna sleep for maybe 16 hours the next day, and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna smoke again, and I'm gonna try to figure this out, right? Or I'm gonna keep myself busy. And I think that I made a lot of terrible, terrible decisions, and I hurt people that I cared about. And I think that was the hardest thing for me, to be able to forgive myself, right? And then that guilt sets in, right? Because in my heart of hearts, I know I'm not this person. Like, I know that the way I'm moving is crazy. Like, this is not me, right? And I'm battling not wanting to feel, but also being self-aware enough, because I'm so self-aware, y'all. And, like, I grew up in a praying family, so, like, God ain't never took his hands off me. He's still in me. So, like, I'm I'm feeling what I'm doing is wrong. Like, I know in my heart of hearts, like, the life that I'm living, I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. But I'm so fearful and I'm running away from God and I don't want to be in my purpose. And it's easier to self-medicate. It's easier to just brush it off to the side, right? But then you start to realize things start to catch up with you. The depression starts to get you. You start to get down. And that's when shit gets scary. That's when it's like, oh, I don't want to wake up today. And if I do wake up, I don't want to do anything. I'll just lay here. And if I am getting up, I'm putting on a mask. I'm pretending, right? And I think for me, the lowest point was I'm driving down the street one day and I'm just like, if I crash my car right now, I can just get away from everything. And I think that's when it's like a switch flips. And it goes from like, oh, like I'm just depressed or oh, I'm just sad to like, oh no, like this is scary. And in that, if I didn't have like God or the people in my life that truly loved me and cared about me to like help bring me up out of that, like honestly, I don't know where I would be. So Danessa, shout out to you because you were there. I love you too, girly pop. She was there for me in one of like the scariest times of my life. And so, you know, I'll never forget her mama telling me like, you have 3 days, sit in it. Mama Rose, shout out to Mama Rose. She was like, you got 3 days to sit in it. On this third day, you coming out this room, you coming out this bed, we're going to get your hair done. We're doing something like that's it. You got 3 days. And it's just crazy. Like I always say like, God can do some things in 3 days, man. I'm telling you. So like after that, getting on the other side of that, right, it's a conversation of like, damn, now I got to look at all the damage that I've caused, all the things that I did wrong. And now I'm like, I'm on this journey of like retribution, right? Like I'm trying to fix things and mend fences and like having to honestly first like fix myself and forgive myself. And I think that was the hardest thing for me. Like, because I knew deep down, like, this is not conducive to the person that you are, like who you want to be, like who you are at your heart of hearts. Like, this is not, these things don't align, right? So it's like a damn, like, you really up this bad. And like the devil will make you hold on to that. Like the devil don't want you to like be sitting behind a camera on a podcast and telling your testimony to people and letting them know like it gets greater later. Like he don't want that. He wants you to stay there in that dark place of like, damn, I messed up. I hurt these people. I did these things. Like I can never come out of this. But I'm here to tell you, anybody, you can come out of it. Like anything that you go through in life that you feel like you f***ed it up or you messed it up so badly, like it's nothing that is so bad that God cannot come in and like fix it and change it and make things better for you. Like, and you have to hold on to that. And I think like, if anything, I want y'all to take away from this, like as we move into this new year, cling to God, y'all. Like I cannot tell you how much God saves, changes, restores, like all them words, all them action verbs, all those verbs, God does. Like he does, literally, he just does. And once you really lock in with him, I'm telling y'all, it's up from then on out. It's amazing. Like, it's crazy. And I just think that throughout like that whole crash out era, honestly, I'm grateful for it because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to y'all about it now. Like I wouldn't have a testimony. And I think, folks be like, oh, you can't have a test without a testimony, right? You can't have a testimony without a test. Excuse me. But that's real. Like, and you don't really know until you actually been in it. So you actually have been in that test and you didn't, baby, because I flunked it bad, okay? Like you were in that test and you were in the thick of it and you had to figure it out and get through it, and it was grimy, it was nasty, it was hard, but you do it, and then it's like you come out on the other side and you're like, damn, I thought this was gonna kill me. Because honestly, me speaking, I did. Like I thought this was going to be the end of me, and to be like a year later sitting here able to talk to y'all about it without breaking down in tears and like honestly being able to say, like, I forgave myself. Like, I forgave myself. I'm able to move forward and continue. You know, I feel like every day you should be, that's so corny, but like every day you should try to be a little bit better, right? You should try to be a better person than you were the day before. And I just hold on to that as I move through the world and as I move through life. And I think that having something like that to hold on to really does keep me grounded and like just helps me to remember, like, what we doing? Like, and when I get in a space where I can't figure it out, because sometimes it does get cloudy. Like, I'm saying, oh, like, God, and I don't want it to come off like better than, or like, oh, but like, y'all, God is just, I can't not talk about him, because without him, where would I be? So I just think that, and just because I talk about God doesn't mean I'm perfect. Because me sitting right here right now, like, I still sin, I still fall short. But because I have God, like, I know that, okay, this happened, I'm conscious of it, I'm gonna make changes and I'm gonna be better for it. Like, you just don't let the things happen in vain. Like, don't make the same mistake twice or 3 times or 4 times. But even if you do, God gonna forgive you. But don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. We need to learn our lesson and be able to move forward, right? So, also, like, y'all heard me talk about, like, 2023. It's gonna be 2026. Nothing happens overnight. Do not expect to, like, just have this, like, great awakening one day and everything changes in your life. Now, God is a miracle worker. That could happen for you. But realistically, like, that's not going to happen. And, like, it's going to take time for the change to happen, but, like, stay the course. I just feel like oftentimes I think about, like, this picture. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it. It's, like, the guy who's mining for diamonds, right? And, like, he's been doing it for so long. And, like, the people underneath him are, like, moving super fast. And he gives up, and he's literally like one hit away from striking gold. You know, like, the diamond is right there. You just have to stay the course. Like, nothing in life worth having comes without, like, hard work and without you having to, like, really, like, give something for it, right? Like, you have to put in the work and put in the time in order for you to be able to reap those benefits later on. Like, I think, you know, you plant that seed and, you know, like, guys, you reap what you sow. Like, I think you got to sow those seeds, but you also have to, like, work and do the work. Faith without works is dead. You have to be able to, like, dig your feet in for real and be like, okay, I don't want to be this person no more, but me not being this person means that I can't do this, I can't do that. I have to change the way I move. I have to be different. If I want different out of myself, I got to move different. You can't expect to want a new car, but you're not going to work and making no money to get a new car. You praying to God, please, 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 let me get this new car. But what are you doing? Nothing. And you're going to get what? Nothing. So you have to put in what you're willing to, like, what you want from God, like, give that to him back. And I promise you, he going to match it time and then go over and abundantly. Like, the faith of mustard seed, like, y'all, do y'all know how small that is? Let me get out this mic. I had to get close. Do y'all know how small that is? Like, literally teeny tiny. And I'm telling y'all, that much faith in God and everything can change. But like I said, it's not like a overnight thing. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and everything's going to be different. Like, things can be different, but it's not going to be like a full life change. You know, like, you have to consciously decide every day, like, I'm going to make these decisions to be this better person, and I'm going to do these things. she coughing hard in the back, y'all. Something must have touched her nerves. But you have to, like, be conscious of that and make those choices every day, like I said, to be that better version of yourself. And I think also, like, you have to be intentional. I think without the intention behind it, like, you're not going to get the results that you want. Like, be intentional. Like, whatever you say that you want out of life, like, you got to do the work. I say I wanted to do this podcast, y'all. I've been saying it for 4 years. I had to get intentional about it. I had to start doing research. I had to start watching other podcasts, taking notes, figuring out what I like about this, what I like about that. Where do I want to have the podcast? How much is it going to cost? Well, like, all of these things, I did the work, and then literally God gave me something so much greater than I could ever imagine. Like, I'm sitting here shooting this podcast for a third of the cost. Right? I've been saying I want to do this for so long. And then once I actually started putting the intention behind it, God ordered my steps and everything seemed to like work out in my favor, right? So you truly have to just be intentional. You have to forgive yourself for those things that you did, because you're not that person forever, right? You have to be able to allow yourself the grace to know that, like, okay, this has happened. Yes, I made these mistakes. Yes, I did these things, but I don't want to be that version of myself anymore. So what do I need to do to align myself with this new version of myself that I want to be? I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to reinvent yourself. I went through a reinvention phase. I feel like I'm constantly changing, constantly evolving, and that's what you want out of life. I don't think that you should want to be the same person that you was 3 years ago. And I also think it's important to like surround yourself with people who want to see you elevate, who want to see you grow, because some of y'all friends don't want y'all to level up in life. They want you to be down bad, sad, and all of the things right there with them. Them not your friends. Them not your friends. Spirits. Them are hello. Them are not, I'm gonna say it again. Them not your friends. And it's important for you to have that discernment. But like I said, that comes from growing in your relationship with God. Like all those things will start making sense. And you can love people from a distance, because God tells you to love everybody. And if anybody knows that, I do. Because I struggle so hard with boundaries, because God has given me such a loving heart, right? I love everybody. I want to love everybody. I want to be loved by everybody. Y'all, the toss giving me trouble. You know, like I do. Like I love everybody. I want to show love to everybody. And God gave me that heart. That's who I am. That's not changing. But God does tell you to guard your heart. So, you know, you don't have to let everybody in. I think it's okay to love people because God wants us to love. But I also think that you have to be protective of yourself and just don't allow everybody access to you. And that's like a big thing for me. Like in this like transitional era that I've been going in, like access, whether that be men, friends, family, even. Like if I have to remove access for me to remain, hold on. If I have to remove myself and take away access in order for me to get to this person that I want to become, I had to become okay with that. And for a long time, I struggled with that because I just want to hold on to everybody. Everybody that I come across that I love, like I just want you to be in my life forever, together forever, never ending, right? But that's not realistic. Like people are seasonal, and it's okay to allow people to transition themselves out of your life and to serve their purpose in your life and then to move on. Like everybody is not meant to go with you to where you're going. And if you try to hold on to those people who are not meant to you, who are not meant for you to have, they will weigh you down. Like it will become a thing. So I just think it's honestly just be conscious of that and like really pay attention to like this new person that you're trying to become, like this reinvention that you're going through. Like, do the people around me align with who I want to become? Are they supportive of me becoming this person? Or are they like, oh, you didn't switched up. Oh, you don't come out like you used to. Well, that don't feed me no more. Like that's not what I like no more. Or, oh, you different. You funny acting. Well, no, I'm not funny acting. I'm changing. I'm just not the girl I used to be. I'm not high all the time. So I got more to say now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just when you start coming up out of those phases, like you'll see the people will fall off, and the people who are meant to be in your life, they will be. So that's a message. That's a nugget for y'all right there. That's a gem, okay? So yeah, y'all. I think that in this new year, because it is so serious, we just have to be intentional. We have to be forgiving of ourselves and allow ourselves to be able to move forward, to grow, to change. Like, allow yourself the grace to change. You've never been this version of yourself before. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to have all the answers, but it's important to give yourself grace in that and to just allow yourself to change. Like, the journey, like, this is so corny what I'm about to say. The journey is the best part. And I challenge y'all to, like, document it. Like, I started recording, like, videos of myself every quarter, and, like, it's crazy to go back and see the girl that I was in March here in December. And it's just like, wow, girl, like, okay. And I just think it also, it will keep you humble because you'll never forget, like, damn, I started out here and I'm here now, and I thank God for that. but it also just a constant reminder of like where you been, where you can go. And I think it's also a big motivator. It's like, damn, I was able to do that. Like I do have it in me to be able to make these changes, to be this version of myself, to be different than I was. And I just think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Y'all, in 2026, we're giving each other grace. We're giving ourselves grace. Like, nothing is going to change overnight. You're allowed to reinvent yourself as many times as you want to. That's the thing. You're not, like, nobody says, like, oh, you're allowed to be a different person 4 times in your life and that's it. No. If you wake up every Sunday and decide, I don't like the way I'm living, I want to change it, do that. If that's what it takes in order for you to reach your highest self, do that. Like, I think once I tapped into like free will, because y'all, it's free. You can literally do whatever you want to do in this life. And once I tapped into that and realized like you're allowed to change and be a different person if that's what you want to do. And it's okay. And like if anybody knows that old version of you and they try to throw it in your face, well, I thank God for her because she brought me to the place that I am now. And boo, keep it going. Keep it pushing. Okay? Like, don't let people try to hold your past or your mistakes over you, because if I forgive it myself, baby, there's nothing that you can say, bring up, throw in my face or anything that I haven't already dealt with myself. So, y'all, I am so excited for this journey that we are taking this year. I'm excited to curate a space where we can be honest, we can talk, we can be real. I think my biggest thing with this podcast this year is to be real and be honest and be raw. I think we missing it. We live in a world of a lot of fake shit. So I think it's important to be real and like bring it to the table, and we gonna work through. We gonna figure it out. So I'm just excited, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so excited. 2026 is gonna be an amazing year, and it's so serious, y'all. And I think just bringing it home. I really am serious this time, and I'm so proud of myself for taking this shit serious and deciding to really step into my purpose and be that woman that God has called me to be. And we going on a journey, y'all. So we all are getting serious this time. Sister, I thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for this episode.
I'm so proud of you. It's crazy seeing all this come to fruition.
Thank you. I love you so much. Our next episode, I'm very excited. I'm going to have my first special guest. We're going to be talking about this whole turning 25 thing, right? So I think that our time for this episode has come to an end. I thank y'all so much. Bear with me, y'all. This is the first episode. We gonna get better. It gets greater later. But I thank y'all. I love y'all. And we serious this time.